computer. Mary Tyler Morris got this little frou-frou going.
It does the whole.
Yes. So welcome back. And with us is Susan Johnston. Good morning. Thank you for getting up. You only had one earring on a little while ago. What's that?
No, both earrings.
I could have sworn I only saw one. I thought maybe that was
You were just looking at one side of her head.
Okay, anyway. So she's here to talk about geocaching, and we have photos. So do you want to explain a little bit about it, and then we'll go to the photos, or do you want to? How do you want to do it? It's your segment.
Well, I've been here to talk about geocaching before.
Right.
I kind of don't want to repeat myself. And
just go over a little synopsis of what it is.
Paper?
There isn't one. Just tell people out there they don't know what they've never heard about it.
It's a worldwide treasure hunt that you go on using your GPS. There are millions of maybe like 1.5 million geocaches hidden all over the world. And you find them by using your GPS.
So tell us what a geocache is.
A geocache is
right in front of you.
A bucket of stuff. And I brought 2 different containers, and I have a couple of different pictures of containers because since I talked about other subjects before, I thought I would talk about the different kinds of containers that you have today. And this container, which I brought the last time, was from the Dollar Tree for $1. And the kind of things that you have inside of a geocache, there's an acronym, SWAG, stuff we all got. And this isn't very well filled up. I think I must have used some things out of it.
She makes the precaution that she takes out of it.
Oh no, I haven't hidden this one yet. Oh, there's something really cool in there that I want to use. But I got these little composition books at Dollar Tree, and they came in a package of 3. I don't know if they're still there, but it's a logbook because when you find your cache, you put in your little cute name that you've registered with on geo-caching.com or any of the other geocaching websites that you choose to use, and
the date, right, when you were there,
the date, and who you are, and whether you took something or left anything. And so, like, there's a little tiny diary in here. There's a pencil sharpener, and there's a real life big pen. I'm afraid this will totally get stolen out of it to sign the logbook with.
So you just put little things, and the main requisite is that your container has to be weatherproof. Don't put it in a shoebox because
it has to be, and you can't bury it. It can hang in a tree, it can be hidden under brush, it could be hidden in a bush, but you can't bury it.
Okay, so
and that's why I put duct tape on it to try and help weatherproof.
Right, and you just put little things, and the thing is when you get your coordinates and you find a cache, then you sign the logbook, say Gloria Rose was here on September.
And you can switch your stuff, your cute name, you use your cute name that you registered with.
And then you take something out, but you put something back in. So it could be a toy your kid got in a Happy Meal at McDonald's.
That's right. No food.
No food. No food. We don't even have to tell you why you wouldn't do that.
Thankfully, the picture is not included.
Yeah, or just any little thing. Maybe a little tiny pocket knife or something for the survivalist. Whatever.
Or a little compass. I got a little toy compass out of one once. There's people do put Happy Meal toys from Happy Meals that are sealed up in there and. Oh my gosh! I got a really awesome CD out of one once. One of the people that hide a lot of geocaches up there burns her own CDs, and I got like a CD with awesome '60s music. It's been in my car for over a year, and I listen to it all the time. That's the coolest thing I ever got out of a cache. And then here's another example of a container. There we go. It's an ammo box.
It's in the bushes.
And this is really good weatherproofing, but you want to hide it really well because who isn't going to find something like this that's not playing the game because people accidentally stumble across them? I've had a cache stolen before, which was a total bummer. And so if you have a really cool box, make sure you hide it really well because people, take stuff.
And this is a good activity for families to do on the weekends. If you have smartphones, you can actually get the geocaching apps for it, and it tells you the coordinates. There's some hidden by my house.
And use your GPS.
Yeah.
They're just all over the place. I wanted to bring up a map. I don't know if we could have done that. I didn't do that because I didn't prepare for that. But you just go to geo-caching.com, look for, type in the zip code of the place that you want to search or the name of the town that you want to search, and it gives you 100 miles, 20 miles, 10 miles of the surrounding area. You won't believe how many of those little caches pop up all over the place.
So let's go to some pictures. I know you brought some pictures, Shay. Throw up the first one and tell us what we're seeing here, Susan.
That is an example of an ammo box cache hidden. And that one, I don't know which one that one was. But that's an example of how people hide the caches, and that one's that's a cool ammo box.
That's not a very good hiding place.
Yeah, but you know what? Somebody's not going to just
walk by there wherever it was.
That's right.
Yeah, so it was in a good location. They just don't want to make it too difficult with you, so you don't get you don't feel bad that you can't find something.
Right.
Okay, so bring up the next one, Shay.
I think that's another example of a container and the cash that's in it. I'm not very good at being the first one to find caches. So by the time I get to them, they've been pretty well picked through, and all of the toys that people don't want anymore in their house are in the cache. So that's a popcorn container, and that one was hidden in some bushes also. And a lot of times people spray paint the outside of them. We didn't get the outside of it, but it's spray painted kind of camo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next. Oh, and there's Susan with one of her. What do you got in your hand? One of your caches?
That's a cache we found. It's called the Thunderbird cache, and it's off of the PCT up in the Doble area.
Oh.
I love looking for places. I love looking for caches in the Doble area because it's so historical. You see old garbage out there that people have left behind 100 years ago, and it's really awesome. And so that was the Thunderbird cache, and the reason that was the Thunderbird cache was because the person who hid it put an Indian Thunderbird ring in it.
Oh.
Of course, I wasn't the first to find it, so I didn't see the Thunderbird ring, but it was a really cool cache to find anyway.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Go on to the next one.
Well, not anymore. Those are bolts from the old 1875 stamp mill. That was one of the first ones that they put up there. They Rick told me they used it for a few months, and then it mysteriously burned down a few years later, or like a year later. And those bolts are actually from a stamp mill that was built when we were mining gold out here. They're sticking right out of the ground.
Wow.
There's 4 of them. I saw at least 4 of them. So that was pretty cool. That's just those, when I talked about liking to do the historical stuff, that's one of the places.
Right.
You just find all kinds of history about Big Bear. Another ammo box cache that was really cleverly camouflaged, and they have a little geocaching emblem on it, so when people find it, they know.
Oh, that's the emblem? Oh.
When it will kind of modify it. Yeah.
It's a tooth.
So, and another ammo box. I think Jean has that one.
Yeah. And there's Jean with her GPS, correct?
Yep. We just found a cache, and she's putting in coordinates for it to go on to the next one. They're so close together. Sometimes you can go on a loop and find 2 or 3 or 4 at the same time. Oh wait, that's not Stamp Mill. That was on Cougar Crest, and we had Rick was on it. Grant, my daughter Katie, my little grandboy was 2 when we did that. We took the dog with us. It was a totally awesome hike and family outing, and we met other geocachers on the trail while we were.
Very good.
It was very cool.
Do you have another one, Shay?
Okay,
I got one more. Oh, there's Jean again.
That's Jean and our geocaching puppy Marty.
That's your dog, huh?
Yep. And she had just pulled that cache out, I think, from beneath that log. There's all kinds of little hollow places. You can be creative. We went to one area in Doble. Broken old glass pottery. It just really looked like that was where people lived, and what they left behind were archaeological remnants. But there was a cache that we found, and I'm sorry I don't have a picture of it. It was like log only. Sometimes there were log only caches because the thrill is the seek. And it was a pipe, like just a regular pipe, with the screw caps on it. So you find containers that go with the environment that are really clever.
So like you said, they don't necessarily, although this one don't necessarily have to be hidden really well, because these areas, people aren't just going to naturally go hiking. They're
and you can weatherproof and camouflage.
What kind of...
That's up at Castle Rock.
No, it's not Castle Rock. It's also, I can't remember. Oh yeah, we got to this when you go to the end of Greenway and people go and hike up. There's a little. That is the flume. We found that while we were looking for the flume cache. It's a Chinese wigwam. It's been there for over 100 years. The Chinese came out and helped with the mining and stuff like that, and that is one of the remnants of how they lived. Wow. And obviously 100 years ago, it probably was a little bit bigger. But that's actually, more of the Big Bear history. You go inside of it, it's tiny. It's like, it's just tiny.
Wow, we're gonna, you're gonna have to bring some more stuff. This is so interesting, and like I said, it's like, and Susan said, you can go to the geocaching website, pick up some places you want to go, get your GPS, and what a cheap.
Just Google geocaching. I personally use geocaching.com because when I first got into it, that was the most informative. It had the most it had just the most information on it, and it was easy to use. But there are a lot of other sites out there that may be just as good.
Well, we thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, my girl. I love you.
Well, your hands are so cold. I love you too. And your hands are nice and warm. But thank you, Dan, again for a fabulous presentation. And we thank you all for watching. And next Monday, our guests are, I don't know yet, but we'll have some good ones.
We should go on a geocaching trip and take somebody with us. We'll take pictures.
Okay,
and
we'll bring
like
Dan.
Run a thing.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next Monday. Make it a good week, Big Bear.
Thank you, everybody.